Today, I'm going to share with you how to fill and plant raised garden beds affordably. My family taught me how to garden on a budget literally since I can remember.
My cool Uncle Curtis needed help filling and planting raised garden beds that he made out of repurposed materials.
These boxes I made with some wood that's been around for a while. As you know, I have a sawmill, so I have accumulated a lot of live edge wood. This is cypress, Italian cypress, and I had these boards and they're kind of wonky, so I couldn't really make any furniture or anything with them. And then I put these live edges together, and between them here is actually some metal that was left over from when we re-roofed our house. And then another thing I did do is I cut a tarp up and lined the inside.
No, I think that's a great idea. And what a lot of people don't realize is that when you make wood planter boxes, wood will break down over time. The ones that I did not line, they're starting to come apart on me. You don't have to buy expensive wood or pre-made metal garden beds. I make my garden beds out of old fence boards that are being thrown away. They look and work great. A lot of gardeners, when they fill their raised garden beds, they'll go to Home Depot or a big box store and they'll buy lots of bags of soil. And that's really expensive. But Kurt, you went with the cheaper buy in bulk route.
So I bought this at the local garden supply. They call it planter mix. And this cost $60 with tax. For 1 yard.
$60 for a cubic yard of soil is dirt cheap. The equivalent soil mix from Home Depot was essentially $10 for 1.5 cubic feet, which means it would take 18 bags of soil to get the same amount of soil that Curtis bought. Buying all those bags of soil would cost $180, which is 3 times more than buying in bulk. If you don't have a truck, most places will even deliver for a reasonable fee, which would still be far less than paying the full price for bags of soil.
We're gonna have a lot of soil to be putting into these beds.
Garrett, I appreciate your help, but it's only 1 yard of dirt. I mean, it's not gonna be that hard.
I'm a millennial, everything is tough.
I'm 66 years old. I don't think that would hurt me. Hey, go ahead and put it all in the box, okay?
Thanks.
My buddy who has an organic farm has a compost pile and also a pile of wood chips. And I went over there to get some more materials to add to this soil.
Ooh la la, this is nice. That's awesome. So we'll mix in the compost. This looks good. And then back here, we've got what I'll call sticks, organic material.
Shredded, it's from a tree chipper or a wood chipper.
Yeah. By putting in this organic material sticks from the chipper, it provides the soil with lasting organic material that will continue to break down and be beneficial for healthy, happy, and thriving plants. Compost is awesome. It delivers slow release essential nutrients while balancing soil texture for optimal moisture retention. Plus, it introduces beneficial microbes that fight plant diseases.
Got my first load of compost here. And if you don't have a friend that has an organic vegetable farm like Curtis does, you can find this for really reasonable on Facebook Marketplace, or call around your local nurseries. It's worth every penny. If you try to plant straight into just full compost, your plants are not gonna have a good time. So you wanna mix in an acceptable ratio where compost is not the majority of your soil medium, or else you're probably not gonna see the yields and success that you might want to see.
All right, dump that organic material in there, Kurt. Nice. This is a good way to fill your beds, but you don't want to overdo it when putting in like sticks or logs or organic material, because it takes time to break down, and I like to put it more in the bottom section so that it can break down over time, and we'll do a little more compost towards the top with our nice planters mix. After adding the organic sticks and other material, we added another layer of soil, then put some more compost in there. I'm a big fan of layering and mixing, so there's a nice even mix to keep the plants doing well.
What do you think, Edwin? You know, these are off limits for you.
If you can, not the biggest deal, but I try to get a nice even spread of the compost before I start mixing it in. It's just an additional step that I like, and you know, there's nothing like getting your hands in there and really getting dirty. The last load of soil, and then I get to plant.
Every spring, I start hundreds of fruits and vegetables from seeds. Not only do I save money by not buying plants, but I also sell my extra plants to completely cover my cost of the seeds and make some extra money.
So Garrett, what did you come up with plant-wise?
It's a mix of plants that I had left over that are going to do well in these garden boxes because, like everybody, different conditions for different gardens, and yours does not get a ton of light, but luckily I had some stuff that I started from seeds, so come check these out. Another great way to find cheap plants is at local high school, junior college plant sales. I got this cayenne pepper here from a local high school sale. I've been keeping it alive. It's being held up by this stick, but it's already producing some little peppers. And this variety does well in shaded areas, as well as the shishito. I had to buy some plants for you, Curtis, but when I do, I buy them on sale. These were 3 for $10. Always look for sales. Try not to pay top dollar. You don't need to. And then I always start a bunch of tomatoes from seeds. Starting off planting this Cherokee purple tomato. It is an indiscriminate tomato, which means it's a vine tomato. I'm gonna put it in the back of the bed here, and Kurt's gonna put it in a cage. He might have to wire it into something to grow upwards. Drop that shishito in there. Good, that's good, nice, nice. We're gonna go with the cayenne. Surprisingly, do pretty well in lower light situations. These beans have been ready to be planted for a long time. I've been keeping them alive, turns out, for this project. And all of these plants are gonna provide some really nice colors to complement these nice live edge garden beds that my Uncle Curtis made and his really creative and colorful backyard.
I continued planting while Curtis finished up filling the last bed. I gave the plants their first watering. After letting the water soak in, I usually double back again to ensure the soil has retained enough water.
Gonna get some string and take it around these little posts to keep the cats out.
Right.
And I've just got to hook the tubes up to the irrigation system.
Right there?
Yep. And,
Yep.
Then just watch it grow. Garrett, this turned out great, and I really appreciate your help and your insights because I wouldn't have really known what to plant other than peppers. And I'm sure Jan will appreciate all these beans and all these useful fruits and vegetables. Whenever I get all the rock put back in here, I'm going to put some stepping stones around these planter boxes and get things cleaned up. I'll have you back over for the garden tour.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. A lot of people would really like to see what I call a really unique, small backyard tropical paradise here. So thank you for the offer. I'm definitely coming back.
It'll be fun. Looking forward to it.